What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to GHET-TO Sports, sports talk with street flavor. Once again, we have football. Oh yeah, this is, like I told you, I redid my hoodies. I like this one. Remember, Christmas is coming. Get yours early. GHET-TOsportsinharlem.com. Check out the hat. But we got football once again. And once again, you don't want anyone to get hurt. You want to see progress. And you want everyone to come together. You know, this is our second week, week 2 of football. And like I said, we had some, team-to-team practices, fights going on. Did that really accomplish anything? Did you really learn anything from these fights? Yes, we learned that Dallas got their ass kicked once again. Oh, I didn't mean that. Yeah, I mean, the suplex and they almost stopped the guy out. But no, Dallas, you was all right. You was all right after you picked your jaw up off the ground. But we're not going to say anything about that. Okay, we're not going to say anything about that. But you don't want no one to get hurt. Like Barkley today, got some sore ribs. You don't want that to happen. Love, high ankle sprain. You don't want none of that. Another guy, hamstrings. You don't want that to happen to you. All this soft tissue injury, these ribs, the ankle, you don't want that to happen. Okay? You want to go into the regular season feeling well and at top peak condition. Right now, you don't want no one to get hurt. We still got some quarterback competitions going on. The Browns, Watson started last week. Shador's going to start this week. What is Shador going to show us? He had an interception when he got in there last week. Can he improve? Okay? Watson, they paying this man this money. He's guaranteed money. Can he keep his job? And I think with the Browns is they're probably going to start Watson. Because if they start Shador and he fails and pull him out, he might not come back from that. But if Watson failed and you put Shador there as a hero, that's the scenario they're going to go with. That's what they're going to go with. And like I said, and now you got teams saw the first game. They saw these team-on-team practices with other teams. They saw the first game. So now you got people changing hands. Giants signed an offensive tackle on the offseason. And guess what? They just traded him to the Jaguars. Okay? Von Miller came off the street to join the Cowboys. Okay? People are still changing hands. You're trying to mesh everything together to come together as a good puzzle piece. So we will see what's going to happen going forward. Is your team on that brink of history, or your team is just going to fall and collapse? We got the Raiders playing again tonight. Mendoza will start. We will see what's going to happen. We got games tonight, Fridays, and Saturday. I think we got one game on Sunday, I believe. So let's see what happens. We got 20 days until the regular season starts. 20 days until real live football. Is your team ready? Are you ready? Let's see what's going to happen. This is going to be some fun. Like I said, a lot of people still going to change hands. After this game, you might see a couple of more people cut and a couple of more people added. But it's not the mass cut down that they used to have. You used to cut here, cut there. You had 90, you cut to 80, then you cut to 60, then your final cut was to the 55. That's not happening. You have 90, you take 90 all the way down to the end of camp, then you cut. And this week, I believe before the regular season starts, we have a week gap before anything happens. A week and a half or something like that before anything happens in football. So a lot of things is going to change hands. It's not going to be your final team. Even though you might make the 53, something might happen when somebody else gets let go and they won't bring that guy in, might let you go. Or they're going to try and keep you on the practice squad. I think the practice squad, you could keep around 16 players, maybe 18. So you could stash a veteran, you could keep a rookie, on your team to make sure that they stay with you. We see what happens. A lot of people might be on the injured reserve list to keep them a year, so you can bring them back in the next camp. there's a lot of trickiness goes around, to get these people on your team or to keep them away from someone else. So we will see what happens. We'll see what happens in week 2. In week 2, this is what you want to see. Your first team to get a little bit more plays, in the game. They played 1 or 2 plays last time. They might play the whole first quarter this time, or even a little bit into the second quarter. They're not gonna play the third quarter, but you want them to stretch it out a little bit. Now you want to see your defense stop some people. You want your offense to score some touchdowns, not field goals. Okay? And once again, you don't want to get no one hurt. If someone's hurting right now, you're pulling them out, putting them to the sideline. Okay, I've seen enough from you, especially if you're a starter. You'll start in week 1. I've seen enough from you. That's what you want to see. And also, baseball season is coming down to the stretch. What's going to happen? Okay? Yankees. Is Judge coming back? Is he ready? I heard he's taking some swings right now. It's John Carlos. Is he coming back? All right? Let's see. Braves got swept. Dodgers had a losing streak. Okay? These are teams that was on the top. Dog days of summer is getting to them. Let's see what happens. Let's see, is your team ready to rock and roll? Get ready for September, going into October. To see your team going to make that playoff run. Okay? We still got some transactions going down in baseball. It's baseball off season. James Harden re-signed with the Cavaliers, over $90 million. In his career earnings, y'all can say that he might be a flop in the playoffs. Okay? But he made over $500 million over his career. So, what would you rather have? The championships or his bank account? Him and Kirk Cousins must have the same agent or somebody in that same family because they boys keep getting paid. Kirk Cousins is going to get paid still from the Falcons and from the Raiders. And is probably, I think, guaranteed almost $10 to $20 million next year. James Harden still getting paid over $500 million over his contract, over his career. Okay? So, these boys are doing their thing. Okay? So, would you rather have the ring or you rather have the paper he's getting? It's a question you got to ask. Either way, he said he'd probably be Harden and probably be a Hall of Famer. We will see. Kirk Cousins, he just going to get paid. He's just going to get paid. Yeah, 1 more year probably. Then he'd probably go into TV. But he's going to get paid. So let's see what's going on. Okay? I got some bold predictions. Everybody's got the bold predictions, ranking your quarterback. I got some bold predictions. These boys behind me, the New York Giants, my bold prediction is weeks 1 and 2, they will pimp slap the Cowboys and the Rams. You heard it first. Then everyone's going to change their narrative after that happens. But you heard it first from Manny on GHET-TO Sports. And remember, redid the hoodie line and got the matching hat to match. Make sure you go out there, GHET-TO Sports and Harlem.com and pick it up. Christmas is coming soon. Okay? That's why I look like Santa right now. Slim version though, slim version of Santa, but slim and got a better logo. But make sure you go out to GHET-TO Sports and Harlem.com and get your piece. But in the meanwhile, is your team ready? Okay? Any questions about that? What's your predictions? What's your bold comment? Okay? Will Lamar and the Ravens bounce back? Okay? Will the Colts, Daniel Jones, wake up? Okay? Tampa Bay. Okay? You and your quarterback is at odds right now. What's going to happen? Chargers. Is your team, is your time. Okay? And we started talking about Watson, the Texans. He was down with the Texans. He made all those trades to get him there. And the Texans that really benefit. Okay? They still making the playoffs, but they ain't going that far. Texans, what would y'all show us this year? And these are the questions that everybody has on their mind right now. Patriots.